Okay, we're on. So I moved the camera, this is exciting, into the dining room so you can watch me work on this large drawing that is going to be installed on the 15th and 16th of April in LA at my next show. So I'm just going to get working on this. It's quite large, and obviously I have to go back and forth from the table here to see if there's any questions, but feel free to ask any questions, and I can also zoom in on the details. So thanks for watching. I should probably give the size, huh? So this drawing up to here is a little over 7 feet, and it's a little over 5 feet wide. Okay? Used to the cat. It's been really interesting working at the house with this guy spazzing out the whole time. I've got a whole bunch of different little step ladders. Right now I'm on like a little 2-step ladder, and over here I got my big 3-step ladder. So I'll be kind of moving around between these 2 ladders. Working from home. I wonder if you can even see me drawing these details. This is a new setup for me, so you probably can't even see what I'm working on right now. I wonder if I should zoom in. Let me see. No, that's out. Kind of working up in that region right there. Oh, thank you. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so this is the one I really haven't shown too many pictures of because I want it to be a surprise at the opening. But it's my new large drawing, and it's got a lot of different stuff going on than some of the others. Does this help? Can you actually see what I'm working on? And right now I'm actually drawing a baby flamingo on a snail, on the top of the adult flamingo. Which makes perfect sense, right? Thanks. Yeah, there's a lot going on in this one. And there's going to be more. And there we go. This is such a different setup for me, it's hard to figure out where to stand. But there's going to be more. Actually, we'll probably be working on this even once it's installed in the gallery, because the install's the 15th and the 16th, but the show's... Technically the show opens on the 20th, but the opening's not till the 27th, so there's still some time in there for some extra work to get done. If you can hear that in the background, I don't know what the audio is picking up, but that's a nail gun because the roof is going up right now on the garage. So one step closer to moving in the back and moving out of my dining room and living room. Roof should be done today on the garage. So what I'm going to do now is, almost fell off my ladder. How many hours? Oh gosh, I have no idea. I try not to think about the hours too much, because, I don't know, I feel like that changes the context and it feels more work-like, even though technically it is my job. Oh, you can hear the compressor. I wonder if I should turn the volume down. The pressure's off right now. Oh, yeah, they probably know better how many hours. I actually had just fallen asleep at the table a few minutes ago because I was out working late last night, and I came to set up the camera, and then I kind of just fell asleep for a little bit. It's always like this right before a show because, you know, I always draw right up to the deadline because, I don't know, that's just how it is, or I'm always have more ideas, I gotta get them all in, but on my phone last night, I was, let me see if I could share this with the camera. Here we go. I was just looking up pictures of jellyfish, because I knew I wanted jellyfish in the background. So, I'm going to just kind of, like, I just took a whole bunch of screenshots of just, like, so many different types of jellyfish. And what I've been doing is kind of, like, piecing them in the background. So that's what I'm going to try to do now, so you can kind of see the process a little bit more. Let me see if I can bring this up. I'm going to be working up in this area here with the jellyfish and moving this direction. So I'll get started. It's hard not to touch everything up when you get up here and you see it. It was late last night when I was drawing, and the artificial light is not as good as the natural light to see things. So now I'm like, oh, this needs to be fixed. This needs to be fixed. There are so many cool types of jellyfish out there. Oh my gosh, another noise you hear is the cat chasing little pieces of trash around the floor. you see that little guy I put behind? Oh, thank you. Thanks. The jellyfish are, I did it for the last commission. I think I posted a picture of it, was the two elephants with the tree giraffes on the backs. And the lady who bought that piece and I talked a lot about kind of ocean life, and it really got me excited about drawing ocean life. And jellyfish are so cool. They're just amazing. It's like they don't have brains, they don't have like central nervous systems, and they exist. And they're like this element of danger, but they're beautiful to watch, and they can live like, some of them can live like forever basically. Anyways, fascinating animals. So I'm kind of in this jellyfish sea life phase starting, which we'll see what happens next. And then there's just so many different kinds and their tentacles, and so the one, I forget the name of the one I just drew. Let me see if it's on the thing. No, I don't know what kind. I'm looking at the photos, but then I'm kind of, obviously like anything, I change it up. I'm just using it to get an idea. Moon jellyfish, that's what it is. I'm using the eraser. I'm either drawing the tentacles in with my pencil or I'm drawing the tentacles in with my eraser, depending on what kind of jellyfish I'm drawing or what I want to stand out. I would like to draw a jellyfish right here. I had a box jellyfish there, but let's see, there's so many different types of jellyfish. There's this cool jellyfish I took a picture of. It doesn't say what kind it is. I think I might, or maybe I want one to go the other direction. Oh, that's cool. There's so many different kinds. This is a neat one too. I'm gonna have one like coming this direction, maybe going behind the bear. Like this. And it's got tentacles. Kind of come around like that. Turn the heat on because I was so cold. Now I'm drinking hot tea and now getting warm. So I'm going to turn the heat off. I'll be right back. Aha! It's not 70 today. It's, I think it's like 60, 66. Oh gosh, yeah, I know, thin skin. But in the house, I feel like it was colder. I was so cold this morning, I couldn't get warm. But now I'm drinking kind of like hot tea for the last hour, and I'm starting to warm up again. to the door. I'll be right back. So this is just how it's going to be. My front door is right on the other side of this. So, getting stuff delivered for the construction. And finally feeling warm. My phone's ringing. No, it's junk. So many of these calls. And this is the first time I've drawn a koala in a long time that's more of like a main character. I draw them quite often as kind of secondary characters. So for this drawing, I've kind of been visiting a lot of animals I don't normally recognize. And of course some that I recognize all the time. You can see how I get distracted as I'm working on something new. I always go back and touch up what I worked on before. Just gives it depth and helps kind of separate it and forget like little things, and I can go back and kind of work on it. So I'm always working on kind of everything in the drawing. These type of, which are so far kind of the main type of jellyfish that I'm drawing, are called sea nettle. I'm pretty sure that's what they're called. And so I was just looking at so many different types of jellyfish the past, few weeks. And I kind of mixed them all up in here. Can you imagine how terrifying it would be to be swimming in all this? Beautiful, but super terrifying and deadly. Especially, I think this guy, the box jellyfish right here. So what I do for the main bulk part of the tentacles, I just kind of erase it out. And kind of get like where I want it to go, because I want it to kind of come around the back side of this bear, so I want part of it kind of going behind, like that, and then, so as I draw this jellyfish, kind of the white part of the tentacles kind of highlights the top of the bear. Make his nose stand out that way. Yes, it does help to move around, but and it also keeps me moving, because if I stay in one position too long, I get kind of stuck there. But then I want the composition, since there's no sketches and I don't know what it's going to look like at the end, it's important that I keep moving. So what I'll do is I'll work this direction on the kind of the sky, on the jellyfish, but then I'm going to come back this direction to balance it out. Because right now, I don't know how it's going to look when all the jellyfish are in, but there's going to be some balance issues. Because right now it's very left heavy to me. So there's going to be some stuff that's going to happen over here that's going to kind of balance it out. But for the jellyfish, because they're kind of these secondary characters in the background, it's more about just getting them done across and then using the secondary characters and tone to kind of balance it out. Okay, I think I'm ready for t-shirt time. tentacles are just fun to draw. They can go anywhere. Oh shoot, that was a voicemail. That wasn't a junk call I just got. Oh, thank you, Kiki Cat. Thank you. Oh yeah, and the clips are pretty intense, right? Here, check out all these clips I got. Actually, why there's so many clips, why it looks like that, is because there's another, because there's like texture in my dining room, and I didn't want to sandal the texture because I don't plan on working in here forever. So I actually pinned up a paper behind it to back it, and then I pinned this one on top. So some of that's holding up one paper and the other is holding up this paper. Yeah, I do. I buy those like binder clips and those giant things. And then, you know, because I break them a lot and I step on them and, you know, so. Yep, there's a lot of clips on this drawing. Got a little sharpener and like a little thing here. Let me zoom out so you can see it. Super high tech. Right here is another ladder, and I just kind of put the shavings on that, and I clean that up later. So what happens is I kind of drag my hand over it. I kind of like, you know, take away some of the light whites, so like just kind of come in and pop them. It's actually one of my favorite things to do when the drawing's all done, to come in with like a clean eraser and just kind of like, you know, pop the whites. And then with a really sharp 6B and like pop the darks, pop the black marks, the really dark black marks that I want to really show. It's very satisfying. So now I'm just kind of outlining what the shape would be. There's no right or wrong way to do it. I mean, they have these kind of like floppy, filmy things that come out. So I'm just kind of making a cool shape with them. When you draw these tentacles, like the ones in the back that are behind this flop. Gosh, I wish I knew the anatomical words for this stuff. I guess the floppy stuff that comes around the tentacles. Some of them will go in and out of the fluffy stuff, and some won't. Some will sit in front. Right now what I'm doing is I'm actually toning the background to make the white stuff stand out better, as opposed to outlining the white too dark. I'm actually just kind of toning around the white little filament things. Oh, yeah, all the colors washed out. I know, and I haven't done anything because I'm just too busy getting for the show. I was thinking of dyeing it pink again, maybe lavender, but then again, I'm kind of, everything that's not getting ready for this show seems like hard work. So, if I find the energy maybe for my opening, it'll be a new color. Okay, so I just added that one. Oh, have I ever drawn a phoenix into my work? No, not really. I love phoenixes though, but that is actually a great idea. But I don't think I can recall drawing a phoenix. I've drawn phoenix-like birds, like imaginary birds that would be very phoenix-like. So I don't want this to stand out so much, so I'm actually gonna I'm gonna dull the contrast a little bit by just dragging my hand over it. Just pushes it back just a little bit so the bear stands out. Oh no, it's not too mythical. You know what's funny is sometimes I put dinosaurs and I've done dragons. It's not too mythical. It's just, I guess, really hasn't made it in yet. But it might. I draw dinosaurs and I kind of feel like that's still very like accurate because dinosaurs are awesome. I don't think there's enough dinosaurs in contemporary art. Don't quote me on that. Probably a lot of art critics would be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you said that. But no, I love mythical animals. I draw unicorns quite often. I turn animals into unicorns quite often. But now it's in my head, so who knows? Gosh, when I look over, I'm like, oh my gosh, all these areas need to be touched up. This is why I could work on a drawing without deadlines kind of forever, because there's no shortage of things that need to be touched up. But I gotta get this sky in so I can finish the major composition here. So I need my jellyfish in, because there's going to be some more elements here, but I've decided to do the jellyfish first and then do the elements on top of the jellyfish, as opposed to doing those first and the jellyfish behind. Okay, let's see. I want to draw another one of these type. This jellyfish here, I don't know what kind, so I'm going to draw another one of those guys, I think, coming here. Maybe I'll have it behind, or maybe right, let's see, maybe right here, coming up kind of, or do I want them to overlap? I'll have it maybe go behind, maybe like this. One of these guys here. Wish I had all the names memorized for all the different species of jellyfish I was looking at. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. And right here, let's see, it goes kind of like this and it rounds out a little bit. And it comes up. So there's like a second layer inside, even lighter. And then the tentacle's gonna come out like this. But on both sides, so you have to imagine it come out like that. Let's see how that looks. Oh, let's see. Jackson RT. I have done pieces in my large drawings of like underwater scene. I have one right now in my living room that's like a rhino on top of the water, and then like it cuts around his legs, and then that's all underwater underneath that. And then a commission that I just finished that's about 8 feet tall. The whole bottom is all ocean life that's kind of leaked up, which is kind of where this is continuing from. So yeah, I have done like underwater scenes, nothing that's just purely underwater animals, because I still have to kind of add that element of whimsy to it and kind of mix it up just a little bit. But I have done ones that are like at least part underwater, but I am toying with the idea now of doing a completely underwater scene. But you could kind of argue that possibly this could be an underwater scene, if this is what's happening. But I'm picturing it more as kind of like this background that's just kind of teeming with life. It doesn't need to be underwater or in the sky. It's kind of like these jellyfish are swimming or floating or whatever you want to call it. Oh, good question. How do I keep my arm from getting tired? I don't. It's really tired. It's super sore right now. I'm kind of in need to go see a chiropractor soon because drawing like that with my head tilted is takes its toll. And normally I just work out twice a day, or at least once a day, sometimes twice. I do weightlifting in the morning and then I do Muay Thai at night. And that kind of keeps everything loose and strong. So building up muscle has been really important. But it gets to the point now where I'm drawing so much every day that I'm a little bit out of whack. So I've been a little uncomfortable. I don't think there's any real fix for it, except just keeping yourself as strong as possible and stretching. So I have to kind of remind myself to move around every few minutes and move my arms and not tilt my head like this forever. Tilt it back the other direction. Everybody has different reasons for going to the gym, but I like to say I train so hard so I can draw as long as possible. I'm not going to work these too much into finish right now, these jellyfish here, because there's going to be some elements that are going to come through here that's going to go over these. Oh shoot, it's my mom. Let me take this real quick. Hey Mom. I'm streaming. What's up? Yeah, can you wait maybe like 20 minutes so I can finish streaming? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, bye. My mom wants to come over. So I was like, just wait a little bit. She lives about a half hour away, so I figure she gives herself 20 minutes, I have some more time to stream before she shows up. And then we'll have more tea, which is good for me. Oh, nothing like a black. Yes. Oh my gosh, that black eye. Oh, I can't believe it. That was my birthday black eye. So for those of you who don't know, I rocked a black eye for a good 2 weeks from getting kicked in the face in Muay Thai in February. It was a reminder that I need to pay attention. I can't zone out, especially when we're practicing head kicks. So yeah. Not enough rhinos in this drawing? Oh, I draw a lot of rhinos, but you're right, there's not that many in this drawing, if any, yet. But don't worry, they'll probably make their way in. Let me see. Oh, actually, let's see. So how do I approach starting a drawing? I don't do sketches. I know that sounds kind of weird and a little bit counterintuitive, but I start with a main idea. And this one was the lion, obviously, and I just kind of let it grow from there. So there's no like little thumbnails or anything, but like I was saying before, like when I'm working on the composition, so right now I'm working on kind of the background, which is the jellyfish across the back, so I'm working on putting that in, and then what I'm going to do is I got to sit back and I've really got to now balance the elements tonal-wise and like weight-wise. So then I come in with more characters, like over here on this end here, there's going to be a couple more players over here, a couple more things happening here, and then there's going to be a lot of like tonal change. Like I'll probably pop back the jellyfish situation here. I'm probably going to like pop it back just a little bit, and the way to do that is simply like this, just kind of like bump back the contrast so it doesn't compete so much with what's in front of it. And it's literally as simple as doing something like that, and you can see what happens to my hand. So I have spread tone around now, and I can bump it back, and then I can pull some of these elements forward and all of that. So I think it probably would save time if I could do sketches, but then I don't want to make a commitment to a drawing because these take so long to do. I feel like it changes over time, and I don't want to stay committed to something that isn't valid anymore, isn't relevant anymore. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of how I work, and it's exciting because I never know what it's going to look like, but it's sometimes hard for my clients because they do a commission and I'm kind of like, well, it's roughly going to look like this, but I don't really know what it's going to look like in the end. And all my drawings kind of continue off of each other, so they never really stop. The ideas kind of just flow into the next drawing and the next drawing and the next drawing. And if I didn't explore something enough in one drawing, then it keeps like reoccurring in the next couple drawings until I kind of work out that idea or that concept. Right now what I'm doing is I'm just adding some layers to the mane of this line here with an eraser, and then I can bump it back. So I would say I draw just as much with an eraser as I do with a pencil. Like here I kind of want, I had some contrast here at the mane, but now I'm kind of liking the idea of this mane kind of like pushing back to where the jellyfish are. I'm going to find my kneaded eraser. Where did I put that? Oh, here it is. So I'm going to take my kneaded eraser out, and I'm kind of just going to like push back some areas. Oh, that's awesome. So you understand what I mean. It's kind of like a continuation. It just like the characters grow And then for me, after I draw them so many times, it then becomes a symbol. So then now it carries like a symbolism attached to it. So it's kind of like a story with all these characters and like reoccurring themes, and they keep coming back when I want to tell a similar story. So right now I'm actually just pushing back this lion's mane here. I don't know if that's easy for you guys to see or hard for you to see what I'm doing. It's just kind of like pushing back the contrast. Here, I want this to kind of melt into the background a little bit more. I want to play around and see what that looks like. I had it really contrasting where there was a lot of dark up here. Kind of what like happened here, but then it felt a little bit too much like an outline on the lion's head, and kind of wanted to put that mystery back into it. Oh, look at this guy. This cat, you can't see, but he has run past here like 300 times. He is so funny. Okay, where was I? It's over here, so I got these jellyfish in here. I've got something going here, it's just an erase spot. There's nothing there yet. But that was an idea that I had, so I just kind of blocked it in with the eraser, so I don't want to go over that. I feel I like this level of completion of the jellyfish, so there's got to be a lot more happening in here now. Let's see, should we do another box jellyfish? They're kind of cool, and I can have him behind all of these guys. Like, so I got one here. It'd be cool to kind of have one maybe here coming in, but behind. Yeah, so we have this guy. We have one kind of popping up from behind. I'm switching to a regular eraser now. Here we go. A little bit easier to draw with. And they have their tentacles kind of come out to the side. It's kind of weird, and they drop like this. They don't have as many as like that these have, which I think sea nettles. I hope no marine biologist logs on and is like, oh, you've messed up all the names of all these jellyfish. So say I've got, so I blocked that guy in, let's see. Can you see him? He's kind of popping up in the back there. That would be another box jellyfish. Let's draw it in and see what it looks like. We have these kind of, obviously the box jellyfish are kind of box-like, but they're organic creatures, so they're not like ridiculously. Here we go, this goes up, this comes around here. I need to be aware of now where I want this box jellyfish to be. I think I want him behind this guy here, this main one, this nettle here. So I can redraw this nettle's like kind of darker here. Maybe I'll have him in front of this nettle here. Yeah, let's try that. So I'm kind of redrawing this one in front of it now. This jellyfish is going to be behind all this. This is why I like drawing so much, because I feel like the way that I draw is kind of like a puzzle, and this allows me quickly to move the pieces around. Whereas if I was painting, or I'd have to wait for drawing, and then it just doesn't lend yourself to make these like last minute quick decisions. Maybe if I was a better planner, that would be a better medium for me, but it doesn't seem to be how my brain works. Feel that in my neck. Oh, when do I post notifications? I usually do that on Instagram and my Facebook, but Facebook's been weird and it won't let me reach my audience. It's like they want you to pay for every single post, and then that's kind of nuts. So Instagram's probably the best way to see what's coming up next. I have a show open now. I don't know where you're located, but I have a show now in Oxnard, California, at the Carnegie Art Museum. And I have a new show opening here in LA, April 27th, and that's going to be up all the way till June 1st. And then I'll have another, I have a couple group shows this summer, which I'll post the details on soon, and then I have a big museum show in the fall of 2019 on the East Coast. So I'll be posting more info on that as I get the details coming in. See this cat. Show him what you got, Bubba. Oh, he had a piece of plastic. He missed it. This is what he brought up. He's always got a goodie for me. Thank you. He's so happy to be out of the bathroom. For those that don't know, we adopted him from the shelter about three months ago, and as soon as we got him home, he like ran around for a week, and then he had this weird rash, and I took him to the vet, and he had a ringworm. So that was fun. So I threw out all my carpets, and he had to go live in the bathroom took 7.5 weeks for him to test negative for ringworm. And so he's been out now for the past couple weeks, and he's just loving life. Yes, oh, I know, you're such a sweetheart, yes. Yeah, okay, we're making out. Okay, a good boy. So he's super happy to be out. Yeah. Okay, get down. Whoop. Oh, how fun. Oh, I have a gallery in Austin that shows my work occasionally. It's Art on 5th. It's in Austin. I'm not sure in Texas where you're from. But they have fun shows there. It's a fun gallery. I'll post too if I'm having another exhibition there at any point. Okay, so we got like a little box jellyfish up there. Let me see if I can zoom in. Oh, very cool. Yeah. I don't know how far Allison is from Dallas, right? But I don't think it's too far, no more than a couple hours. Let me zoom in. Oh, that's out. Zoom in. So you can kind of see the jellyfish I just did. And you can see this is where the jellyfish need to go, and then this is the jellyfish I've been working on this side. Okay, I'm going to look on my iPad now for a couple different types of jellyfish. Let's see if I can find a different kind that'll look cool over there. Ooh, there's a pretty white one here. That's fun. Ooh, this is kind of a weird one. Maybe right here, up here. It just kind of looks like a plastic bag. You can see why plastic's so bad for the oceans, because a lot of these jellyfish look just like plastic bags. You can see how it's so easy for a sea animal to kind of get confused. Oh, see, I'm having a hard time choosing because there's like so many cool types of jellyfish. Ah, so many cool ones. Just gotta start drawing some of them. These are gonna be like little ones in the background. Ah, thank you. Hey, thanks for joining. I will tell her. She'll be happy to hear that. That's funny. Yeah, I don't. Let me zoom out so you're not like. There we go. A lot of you don't know, but my story about getting back into art was in college. I went to college on a biology scholarship. I always loved art and I was good at it, but I thought, oh gosh, I want to be able to make a living. And I remember it's like junior year, and I was doing good, and my parents were like, so how's art? Because I was doing art too, and this and that, and they basically, I call it the reverse intervention. They're like, we really think you need to give art a shot and drop out of sciences and really, give it a go, which is so funny saying that. So I'm very fortunate to have parents that have always kind of believed in me. And so I did. I ended up switching back to art, and then I really got into it, and then I ended up going back for grad school. Right 6 months after I got my BA, I actually decided to go back and get my master's because I kind of rediscovered how much I loved art, and that's the direction I wanted to go. So I will tell her. Okay, where was I? Let's see. I don't like that balance of the one I just put there, so I'm gonna, because I'm like this is going the same direction as that, so that's bothering me. Got a little guy in here. I like all the tentacles happening here. I want to bring some more tentacles. I have to decide. I think I'm going to put this box, no, this box jellyfish can go in front of this one here. What are you doing? What do you have now? What's in your mouth? Another piece of trash. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, let's see. So I'm slowly getting this direction, and you know what I could do is just kind of start with a big one over here. Actually, kind of want to do a bigger version of that one there. Right around, let's see. Right here. Looks like a spaceship right now. Let me zoom in so you can see it better. You are not Mr. Yeah, let me zoom in. I'll show it to you. Come on. That's the detail that you're asking about. Was it? Or I just zoomed in on it. It's, there we go. Okay. I'm back up here on that corner there. Let me zoom in so you can watch me draw on that jellyfish in. There we go. Okay. I like that we have the same questions going on here. I had a really good time drawing there. Okay. Here we go. So I'm way zoomed in now, but you can watch me drawing this jellyfish up here. Albus, no. Hey, he's scratching at my chair right now. That cat is bananas. Hey, hey, stop scratching my chair up, buddy. Stop it. Oh, sorry, just laughing at a text message. I'm not crazy. Hold on, let me zoom out a little bit. I'm wondering if this is, there we go. You can see the scale a little bit better. Albus, 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 what is going on? Come down. Okay. I think it's too big. I'm going to shrink it down just a bit. There. So instead of coloring in the jellyfish, I'm actually just coloring around. Let's see if this, am I blocking? Oh, am I blocking this whole thing? No, I think you can see it. I'm actually just toning the paper around the jellyfish. That's a real rough end of the jellyfish. Do I have a favorite paper or materials in general? Definitely materials, which is what I'm working with, which is a carbon pencil on paper. That's really my favorite thing. I'm very simple. And paper. The type of paper that I use is called, for the murals, it's called Aquabee. And, oh gosh, you can see another drawing I'm working on over there. That's a commission piece on the other side there. So this is actually not the Aquabee paper, because this is a 5-foot roll and the Aquabee comes in a 6-foot roll. This is a new paper that I was testing out, and I can't remember the name of it. I'll have to go look at my online order to find the name of this paper. And I like it. I like it a lot. But my go-to brand for the large scale is called Aquabee. But any paper, obviously, I love different types of paper. But I need paper that can kind of withstand a lot of eraser work. So it's got to be really good quality. Obviously, it's got to be archival, acid-free, all that. Oh, almost here. Okay, I better get going. Thank you everybody for Oh, do I like my paper thick? Not too thick. Hold, 1 second, Mom, 1 second. Okay, I better get going. My mom's trying to get in. But thank you for joining, and please join me again. I should be back next week, and thanks. Oh, happy birthday! Hope you have a fantastic birthday. Yay! What day's your birthday? Oh, I can't talk. My mom's here, but I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you.